All right, lights are out. Ready to go racing. Josh Pelkey, Randy Nelson, Bruce St. James, the Perez, Josh Shipley. Your front two rows. Green flags in the air. We're underway. ASCS Santan Ford Desert Sprint Car Series. Going to turn number one. They already go three wide for a brief moment. Bruce St. James going to try to wrestle that race lead away from Josh Pelkey. It's going to be Bruce St. James and Josh Pelkey running nose to tail off of turn number four. Give it to Bruce St. James. He'll lead lap number one. It's Pelkey on the top side trying to work his way back around the 7K of the Radio Flyer. Bruce St. James with Randy Nelson at third spot. That's your podium right now as we are 1.5 laps down. A nice 25-lap feature as Randy Nelson hits the fluff. Josh Shipley, he does the same. So he's way down, almost made contact with the Sin City Motorsports machine of Tyler Most. And Randy Nelson once again goes all the way up to the top side of the racetrack. They go four wide just outside your top five. Battle for six. Four drivers going four wide. It's Yurkovich, Shipley, Most, Shepner, and here comes Ronald Webster in the mix as well. Those five cars of a four, you can throw a blanket over them. Out front, no change. It's still Bruce St. James showing the way over Josh Pelkey as Pelkey now starting to work the top side of the racetrack off of turn number four. Here comes Josh Pelkey trying to take the race lead away. He goes top shelf one more time through turns one and two with Bruce St. James catfishing around the bottom side of the track. It was about 3 car lengths. Now they're side by side, drag racing into three. Through turns 3 and 4, it's still St. James on the bottom. Pelkey, though, using that high line, trying to take the race lead away from Bruce St. James as Pelkey, your pole sitter, did not lead lap one, trying to get past Bruce St. James and see if he can take it over here and lead lap number 6. He'll do just that. 19 laps to go, and Josh Pelkey's your new leader, and now he's going to go right down to the bottom and take away the line from Bruce St. James. Yeah, he did that because he had to get past the 7X, the slower car, Ryan Murphy, pulling up on another one, Mike Waddell, putting him one lap down on that 25. Both Pelkey and St. James able to get past the 2 lap cars there at the tail end of the pack. As we go back to third, it's still Randy Nelson in the 9X, followed by Aaron Jones now in the 4th spot. 5th is Johnny Shelton. Now, John Shelton actually did get past Randy Nelson. It was Sean Shelton in that 3rd position with Aaron Jones now in 4th. He's trying to hold off Randy Nelson in the 9X as they work their way into turn number 1. Jones up top, Nelson down low as they're getting ready to come up on the slower machine of Ryan Murphy as Bruce St. James and Josh Pelkey work their way past the 76 of Jesse Stonecipher. The leaders are coming off of turn number 2. Then you got Johnny Shelton just now going into turn number 1. And here comes Aaron Jones and Randy Nelson. Give it to Nelson and Jones. Has a little contact there with Nelson and Wayne Waddell. As Bruce St. James fights back the inside of Josh Pelkey out front. We got great racing all around the racetrack. Out front, they go side by side again as it's Pelkey and St. James. Then third on back, you got Johnny Shelton, Randy Nelson, and Aaron Jones put on quite a battle with Josh Shipley still in the 6th spot, just outside your top 5, trying to work his way into the mix. And they're going to split the lap car of Eugene Thomas. Does Pelkey and Bruce St. James as they work into turn 1. They're still side by side. St. James with the slight advantage. He has Ryan Murphy right in front of him, going to impede the progress of the 7K. Josh Pelkey able to drive away as Eugene Thomas takes his car off the racetrack. His night is done. So it's Pelkey still out front over Bruce St. James, this time by 5 car lengths, but a lot of lap traffic. A lot of slower cars in front of him going to come into play as Johnny Shelton and Randy Nelson just now taking into turn number 1. Your race leaders working into turn number 3. Aaron Jones in the 5th spot as they go side by side for 3rd. For a brief moment, it was Nelson underneath Shelton with Aaron Jones using that top line as we go back out front. Here comes Bruce St. James. They got past the lap car, the 25 of Mike Waddell, putting him 1 lap down, or putting him 2 laps down, excuse me. As I see Jason Rominger working that move over flag as 1 car goes up in smoke down the back straightaway. Believe we have an engine that's just expired on one of the drivers running in the top 5. His yellow flag will fly. That is the number 9.
Right there. Follow him off.
As he comes down, the number 9 of John Shelton. Looks like that engine just went kaboot. as lights are out. Josh Pelkey, your race leader. He'll hit the loud pedal. Bruce St. James stayed right there with him. So it's Bruce St. James and Pelkey. They both pull away for Randy Nelson, the 9. Now it's going to be Josh Pelkey with a great drive off of turn number 2 over the 7K of Bruce St. James. St. James, oh, good throttle response down the back straightaway, pulls right back up to the tail tank of the 12 machine of Pelkey, and he looks to the outside. Bruce St. James going to grow a pair and go up to the outside. Cowboy up in the 7K. The Radio Flyer has been catfishing all day, but now here he is when it's time to show. Bruce St. James trying to yank the race lead away from Pelkey. That last lap, it went to Bruce St. James, but they were still side by side. Pelkey now in the second spot. Give it now to Bruce St. James in the 7K. St. James leads the field down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Josh Pelkey, though, going to fight back on the outside. He will not be denied here tonight. And that reunion with Robbie and Gay Allen and the number 12 machine. Those top 2, they pulled away from Randy Nelson as we just got to move for the 5th or 4th spot. Tyler Most just took it away from Aaron Jones. Tyler Most making the most of tonight's main event here with 7 laps to go. He moves up to the 4th position. Move Aaron Jones back to 5th as Yurkovich and Ronald Webster duke it out for 6 right now. They go side by side with Webster to the inside of Yurkovich and that black number 3 car for turn number 2. Webster still side by side with Yurkovich going into turn number 3. Seeing if he can take over that 6th position. He finally does clear the 3 machine of Yurkovich into turn number 1. So Ronald Webster decides it's time to light the wick here as we come with 5 laps to go. Josh Shipley, his night is done along with Jesse Stonecipher. So we got 1 car just ahead of Bruce St. James. That's the 7X of Ryan Murphy. If the race leaders can work past him, it is clear sailing for the end of this race. 4 laps to go. St. James, he does get past. That's the 88, Philip Dene. So St. James and Pelkey get past the 88 of Dene. Clear track ahead of those drivers now. Josh Pelkey trying to do all he can on the top side of the racetrack, but I just don't think it's there for the driver of the number 12 right now. It's Bruce St. James still showing the way down to the inside. And Pelkey making that line higher and higher. And right now, Bruce St. James getting smaller and smaller in his windshield. As St. James, your race leader, off of turn number 4, followed by Pelkey. 2 laps to go. That last lap, St. James with a 16.472, Pelkey with a 16.515. Through turns 3 and 4. Once again, Tyler Most moves into that 3rd spot. White flag is in the air. Bruce St. James, he is going to lead him into turn number 1. Does he have enough? Can Josh Pelkey make one last charge at it off of turn number 2? Down the back straightaway they go. Bruce St. James to the inside. Pelkey to the outside. Off of turn number 4, it is Bruce St. James getting it done here tonight at Arizona Speedway. A lot of smoke now pouring out of the 7K of Bruce St. James's sprint car. But he is out. He's your race winner through all the smoke down there. The Radio Flyer, Bruce St. James, gets it done here tonight at Arizona Speedway. Well, looks like the car got a little bit hot right there, but at least it waited until he took the checker flag tonight.
It made it, didn't it?
Hey, that's right, it made it.
Hey, we had a 25-lap setup on it. If it's 26, we were screwed.
Hey, thank God for the no more caution laps, right? Bruce St. James, main event winner here tonight. Been a lot of
Great job.
Been a lot of time off, man. Not behind the wheel of a sprint car, not just because COVID, but heck, man, I mean, you didn't know if you were going to run another sprint car again, I feel like.
Well, I just want to point out that I have a better win average now than Kyle Larson for 2020. I'm just going to say, I'm 1 for 1.
Hey.
So, Larson, come at me, you know?
The man speaks facts, all right? Kyle, where are you at?
Yeah, I'm so glad that we got to come out and be a part of this, and it literally is my favorite track, and I'm not lying. I love this place. I love how Jonah treats the racers and how he treats you fans as well, and hopefully we put on a pretty decent show there. I thought it was really cool. It was like going back 15 years, Josh and I running around with each other, for goodness sakes. I was like, I ran with Josh at Manzanita.
Hey, so, usually we see Bruce St. James out on the racetrack. A lot of people grow accustomed to you out there running the bottom, kind of catfishing around, right? But you sacked up, man. You went topside on Josh. Take that lead.
Well, I knew he was going to protect the bottom, and I was like, I wonder if. And so I was trying to diamond the corner. I was trying to get in high and see if I could get off underneath him, and he made one little error, because I'll tell you what, you had to be in the gas all the way around the corner, or else the car would try to push on you. The only thing that keeps these things turning on a track that hooked up is that right rear spinning. So you couldn't lift. You just couldn't. And a couple times, I don't know how close we got, but I was like, I can't lift or the car won't turn. So I would be fine running over him, but I couldn't get out of the throttle. But that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. We really enjoyed coming out here and put on a show for you guys. It's awesome to see a crowd out here after being stuck inside for so long. It's kind of cool to get outside.
Right. Hey, well, Bruce, congratulations. A lot of people back here. I know you got to thank them.
I've got an amazing crew that I bring with me, and Jeff just built this car first time out, so it works, again, for 25 laps. I don't know about 26, we'll take that. And I've got Austin and Johnny and Greg working on it. Bobbie Ream was in there, pumping me up.
I saw the bullet.
My driver coach, this week. And we have some amazing partners. And, one of the things I like doing, I did it on social media as well, is not just the sponsors on my car, but the sponsors on all these cars. If you guys ever have an opportunity, if you're faced with a choice, choose somebody, do business with people that support racing, because I try to do that. All the sponsors here at the racetrack on the race cars, so whether it's my great friends, the Woodlands, an amazing museum they have in California, Supercharged Coffee, Justice Brothers. Hey, I never see that other stuff on cars. I see Justice Brothers on cars, so when I have a choice at a store, I buy Justice Brothers because I know they support racing.
Heck yeah, support those who support you. Bruce St. James gets it done here tonight. The Radio Flyer back in Victory Lane at Arizona Speedway. Let's retake that one.
Fuck me.
You earned it, dude.
I swear to God, it literally is like Manzanita back in the day. I was like, we did this at Manzi on the small track.
Thank you. Josh Pilkey comes up. Josh, man, you told Bruce you made him work for that one. Man, sure enough, you made him work for it really hard right there. Man, great to see you back out, first and foremost, back behind the wheel of that number 12 Robbie Allen orange car. And, man, you looked really good tonight.
Hey, I really appreciate it. It's really great to be back. Feels really good. That was one hell of a race. I had a lot of fun tonight. Hopefully I can come back and do it again. I definitely made him earn it tonight, I thought maybe I could go down to the bottom and block him a little bit, but I just couldn't roll the bottom like he could. And I heard him. I thought I heard him on the outside of me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going back where I'm comfortable, and I went back to the top. But I want to thank my crew. They did a hell of a job tonight trying to keep the car clean, and the car was great. I mean, I could put it anywhere. I just struggled myself on the bottom because I don't like running down there.
Hey, I hear you. Definitely don't like seeing Josh Pilkey on the bottom, but awesome to see you back in the Robbie Allen owned machine, man. We got a lot of awesome sprint cars that's coming up. No Stevie's going to be back in the fold and back in Arizona. You trying to talk to Robbie Allen's second car or what?
I've been working on him, but I don't know if he's going to budge or not. But we'll keep. I'll call him every week. I'll make him happy. I wish I could have won tonight. Could have got my chances a little better get back in the car. But I think if Stevie's not in town and he's off racing somewhere else, he'll put me back in the car.
Hey, we need a 12P. All right, Robbie? 12P. Chase Ferris, good working tonight, man. P2 here as catch up. Randy Nelson. Randy, looked like you had a pretty interesting race, man. Saw you up there in the fluff there a few laps. Fell back to, I believe, as low as 6. Fought your way back up. Had a car blow up right in front of you, man. I mean, tell me what was going on through your windscreen.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. We were catching lap cars really quick, and I was pretty tight, so I was using up the whole racetrack and just trying to do whatever I could to keep up with these guys.
Hey, man, you're able to keep up, making it look good. Got a few guys out here I know you like to thank.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a family team. We got a friend of mine, Matt Todd, that comes out. My wife, Gabby, and Taylor comes out and helps us every week. So thanks to all the fans. check out ARC Coatings online and come out and see us.
All right, Randy Nelson comes home in the third spot. Tyler Most, man, you made the most of your race tonight, man. Started there deep in the pack. You had the mullet, man. That Mississippi mud flap just flowing through the field here tonight. And great race here at Arizona Speedway. Getting to talk to you, man, especially after what happened last year. Won't go back and relive it, but man, hell of a run.
Thanks, man. First, I just want to thank Jonah for putting a badass racetrack like this together, man. It's always fun when you come out here and you know he's going to put the hard work in to get the track done good. So we were pretty good. I found something on the bottom late. I kind of wish I would have stayed on the top. I might have had something else, but you know, all in all, it was a good night. And yeah. Hey, great night, and now it's time to go crack up some Goldies, right? Absolutely. I want to thank my crew, Sin City Motorsports, Border Tire, Desert Trailer, TransStar, everyone who helps us get to the track every week. And I want to thank the fans, because without you guys, there's no point in us being out here. So we hope we can put on a good show for you guys. Definitely did put on a good show.